Hello and welcome to this special edition covering here U.S. President Donald Trump's latest statements on Iran that we brought you here on Nile TV International a short while ago. Mr. Trump says that talks with Iran could yield a deal over the weekend. This is maybe the most important highlight of his speech. He also said that the U.S. has prevented Iran from obtaining or possessing a nuclear weapon, and that Iran has agreed not to possess a nuclear weapon. And he also said that the U.S. will be extracting the highly enriched uranium from within Iran once a deal is reached. With us now, live over the phone, is the Professor of International Relations, Dr. Mohammad Al-Ezaby. Good evening, Dr. Al-Ezaby. Always a pleasure to have you with us, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Mohammad, and I have a pleasure to be with you as always.
Thank you, Dr. Ezaby. So what do you make, sir, of Mr. Trump's latest statements, especially when he says that talks with Iran could yield a deal over the weekend? Now, of course, we know that the Iranians are saying that the messages and the talks with the Americans have been halted for a few days now. But Mr. Trump insists that the talks are continued and never stopped, and that he says could yield a deal by the weekend.
Well, as always, Mr. Trump always tries to use some words to make the prices of oil stable, try to make a pressure by his words on Iran to accept what he says. But up till now, the Revolutionary Guards refused any talks about nuclear projects. What Mr. Trump said in his conference a few minutes ago, Mr. Trump remarks at a highly sensitive moment as the United States continues to manage multiple crises. Negotiations with Iran, escalating tension in Lebanon, concerns over Gulf security following the attack on Kuwait, and growing international pressure regarding regional stability. So when he say that we are about to reach a deal by the weekend, he tried to give a kind of pressure on Iran to accept, try to send a message to the internal Iran, to the Iranian people, that the Revolutionary Guard accepts all American conditions. So he wants to more than one goal by his speech. But what happened in the early of this morning didn't say that we are about to reach a deal.
Yes, you are referring, Dr. Ezaby, to the exchange of fire, which has become now like every other day between the Americans and the Iranians. America hitting the Qushm Island, Iran claiming that it targeted American vessels in the Strait of Hormuz, and also Iran striking the Arab Gulf states of Kuwait and Bahrain. So yeah, a dangerous reciprocal attacks there.
Mr. Mohammed, the surprise is that the Revolutionary Guard announced that he didn't attack the Kuwait airport. Some news now talks about that some American air defense rockets try to hit Iranian rockets, but failed and fall in Kuwait airport.
Yes, that's the Iranian claim.
Revolutionary Guard say, not our opinion. Not what said by Kuwait, but that's what said by the Revolutionary Guard.
Yeah.
So the most significant development today is Iran missile and drone attack against Kuwait,
Right.
marking one of the most serious escalation in the Gulf security since
Absolutely.
the beginning
Yeah.
of the
Yes, and that attack, of course, has been condemned by Egypt very strongly,
Yes.
and of course also the reciprocal attacks between the Americans and the Iranians in and around the Strait of Hormuz, which seem to be happening every day now. So, I mean, the ceasefire is, or the so-called ceasefire, is very shaky, isn't it? I mean, very fragile.
Where is the ceasefire?
Yeah, yeah.
We didn't see any kind of ceasefire.
Yeah.
All days, always, every day, we saw attacks from American Navy towards ships, Iranian ships. Every day we saw attacks from Iran towards Gulf countries, and they say they attack the American bases in Gulf countries. So anyway, we refuse any kind of attacks towards Arab countries.
Sure.
Especially that in the last call between Masoud Pezeshkian and His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, he assured to Masoud Pezeshkian that Egypt refused any kind of attack towards Gulf countries, and
Yes.
the Gulf countries' security is equal to the Egyptian security.
Absolutely. Yes, and the security concerns of the Arab Gulf countries must be taken into account in any potential deal with Iran. Now, Dr. Al-Ezaby, speaking of the whereabouts of the ceasefire, or that so-called ceasefire, you know, when you just said these words, I just remembered Lebanon, because there too there is a so-called ceasefire. Where is the ceasefire? I guess the question must be posed when Lebanon is concerned. I wanted to ask you about the situation in Lebanon, and in your view, has it changed in the last few days after Mr. Trump said that he had talked to Israel and to Hezbollah? Now he's talking about a ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah, not just one between Israel and Lebanon. So, has the situation changed? And I also want a comment from you on, you know, the leaks about what went on in the phone call between the U.S. President and the Israeli war crime suspect Prime Minister. And of course, you know what I'm referring to. I mean, the leaks. I mean, everybody heard about, you know, the tough language, or the language that Mr. Trump used with Netanyahu.
But before we talk about this, I want to remind you that I told you before, Mr. Mohammad, that wait the rule of the behavior in the next negotiations with Lebanon. And we saw yesterday by Axios that they announced that Nabil Berri...
Yes, I recall this. I remembered you, sir, when Mr. Trump said that he had talked to Hezbollah, and I was waiting to see some statements by Mr. Berri, and when I saw them, and when Mr. Berri's name came out, I did remember you, because you had said, you know, a few weeks ago, that you believed that the Lebanese parliamentary speaker himself would have a big role in such a deal. Of course, so we'll have to wait and see.
I told you before that the war between Israel and Lebanon will stop. Will stop. And we will back to the war between the United States and Israel one side and Iran on the other side. But in the next day, after 5th of June, we will start to listen about the direct negotiations, and we wait the meeting between Joseph Aoun and Benjamin Netanyahu in the United States in this month. And they will sign a deal to stop any kind of attacks between Lebanon, and we will see that Nabil Berri will have a great role in the future of Lebanon. A great role, and I put many underlines on this word, a great role in Lebanon.
Okay.
Let's back to let's back to the call between Donald
Yeah,
Trump.
yeah.
That comes after the call from Nabil Berri to the Mark Rubio, and he told them that Hezbollah is ready to stop any attacks towards Israel, and he wants Israel to stop to attack Beirut, to stop to attack Hezbollah. So Benjamin Netanyahu was about to attack Beirut, to make a strike towards Beirut and south of Beirut. So Donald Trump, when he talks to Netanyahu, Netanyahu start to refuse that. He insists to destroy all infrastructure of Hezbollah.
Right.
So Donald Trump start to use a tough words towards Benjamin Netanyahu, and surprised that another call happened, and it is by more than one channel in the United States. They say that another call between Donald Trump and Sarah Netanyahu, and he told her, "You must take care of Netanyahu. You must tell him that I protect him from the jail, and if he loses the next elections, I will accept you as a refugee in the United States. If he strikes Beirut, I will send Yair Netanyahu to you, and he will not live in the United States again." It's a kind of freedom between from Donald Trump to Sarah Netanyahu.
So,
and after that, Benjamin Netanyahu announced that he stopped the strikes towards Beirut.
Right. So because we have to go, I mean, I have less than a minute. The question here is, we're really interested to know your opinion, Dr. Ezaby. Does this call and all the tension that occurred in that phone call signify a change in the relationship between Trump and Netanyahu, or is it, just, a small dispute between two very good friends that, who will remain very good friends?
It gave us a change, especially about Netanyahu aims in Lebanon, but not on the same aims in Iran.
So will it change the relationship, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We'll leave it here. Thank you very much, as always, Dr. Mohammad Al-Ezaby, the Professor of International Relations. Thank you for your time and for your insight. In 5 or 6 minutes from now, we'll be back with a panorama of news and look at the latest in politics, business, and sports here on Nile TV International. Please don't go far.